Hey, this is Stone, and I hope your week is starting off right. I'm actually sending you this message right now from Cocoa Beach, Florida. We're on vacation, and I'm actually in the surf, and I'm really hoping that this little tripod holds up and I don't lose my camera in the waves. But this week, we're going to talk about something very poignant to where I am right now, and that is relaxation, okay? Now, in a blog on productivity, it might seem a little antithetical to be talking about relaxing, but we all know intellectually that relaxation has everything to do with being productive whenever you're trying to be productive. So that's what we're going to talk about today. If you haven't already, go to stonejordan.info and subscribe. You're going to get goodies in your inbox every week along with these videos. But have a great week this week. I hope you find time to relax, and I hope you enjoy this video. We'll talk to you there. Hey my friend, this is Stone. I hope your week is starting off right. This is Stone Jordan's weekly vlog, vacation edition, and I've never actually done this before. This is what you would call a webinar. Normally each week I shoot a video, and I'll get into the reasons why I did that here in a little bit. But I think one reason will be that it will really be helpful to you whenever you do get a chance to take some time off. It'll be easy to review and see the bullet points that I make during this webinar. It'll be much more easy for application in the future. So we are going to talk about relaxation and productivity, and we all know that in order to be able to really serve in the way that we want to, we really have to be working optimally ourselves. And my wife and I got the opportunity to go on vacation this last week. It was amazing. We had a great time. And whenever we were at the airport, they go through their whole spiel. When you get on the plane, you're getting ready to take off, and they're talking about, you know, how the seats can be used as flotation devices, and, you know, how to work a seatbelt in case you've never been in a car before. And then they also show you what to do with your oxygen mask in case it comes down. And they say this stuff very quickly. It's a canned spiel, but you'll notice that at the very end, if you catch it, they say that you need to take care of yourself first. Meaning that if for any reason the oxygen masks are deployed, if you have a child or an elderly person beside you, you need to put your own oxygen mask on before you try to put their oxygen mask on. Meaning, you need to take care of yourself, because in this event, and you're trying to put somebody else's mask on first, you might pass out and you're worthless. So if you have a plane of people that are trying to take care of the next guy, everybody on the plane is going to pass out. You have to take care of yourself first if you're going to be able to serve others. And that's really what we're talking about today. We're talking about taking care of ourselves so that we are working optimally to be able to be productive, to be able to produce high quality, to be able to take care of the people around us. So what I really want to talk about today are 5 ways to ensure that you have a recharged battery. And I'm taking this from my own previous week of being on vacation so I can practice what I preach. These are all things that I personally have done in this past week. The first thing I really did was I planned ahead. And I planned personally about 4 weeks ahead, because I have my insurance business that I've had for over a decade. I'm a college minister, which takes up quite a bit of time. And I also do executive coaching, and I put out this video blog every single week. And I've been doing that faithfully for about 7 months now. So if I want to expect that I'm going to be doing minimal work, I have to plan to automate things. I have to plan to delegate things. I have to prepare ahead of time so that I have a minimal routine work to do. And for the entrepreneur, this is a no-brainer, but that doesn't always mean that it gets done. So we have to plan ahead so that we have minimal, if possible, no work, but minimal routine work to do. I myself, throughout this last week with my schedule, did no more than 30 minutes worth of routine work every single day. And that is not an easy thing, for me to get done. And then on the vacation, it's not an easy thing to stay disciplined and do, but in the end, the gift that you receive is well worth that time. So plan ahead for minimal routine work. Another thing you have to plan ahead for is a minimal outside contact. For me, I let all the major players know that I'm going to be out of pocket. I'm going to be out of range, okay? No contact except for emergencies. And then for those people that I can't immediately let know, I have autoresponders, right? That if somebody emails me or sends me a message or calls me, autoresponders letting them know that I'm on vacation, letting them know that I'm handing this off to somebody else, so I can't take care of this. Here's someone who can. If it's an emergency, you can contact me, but only in an emergency. And I put in parentheses presence here because I don't know about you, but for me, it takes me a good 2 to 3 days, even though I have planned to have minimal routine work, and even though I've planned to have minimal outside contact, it still takes my racing mind 2 or 3 days to be able to come down from thinking about all the things that I have to do, even though I've planned to not have to do them. So in order to bring that mind down to a calm place so that I can be more present with my family, I have to do both of these things because it's all about presence, right? When you have this time to be on vacation, to be able to relax, it's all about focusing on the things and the people that matter the most. So those are the 2 things you have to plan ahead for: a minimal routine work and then minimal outside contact. Number 3, the third thing that I do on vacation to ensure a recharged battery is I will read from inspirational books. And for me, I specifically read from the book of Proverbs among a few other books. Proverbs is a book from the Old Testament in the Bible. It's the wisdom of David. And if you've never read through Proverbs, it reads kind of like little fortune cookies, right? It's these little snippets, these little bits of wisdom that fall under the category of simple but not easy, right? Simple to understand but not easy to do. And because of my attention issues, sometimes I'll read over the same proverb 3 or 4 or 5 times, but it doesn't matter. I'm sitting there at the ocean with my feet in the sand. I'm listening to the waves crash up on the shore, and I am taking in God's word and just letting it absorb into me. And I'm doing my best to get the essence of the word. And over this last week, I probably spent around a couple of hours per day just intently reading from the book of Proverbs. Number 4 is that I course correct my life strategy. And this is not something you do during the regular vacation, but you want to give yourself an additional day whenever you're done with your vacation, the actual, vacation itinerary, to work on your life strategy. Now, why do you want to do this? Well, number 1, after that week, you probably have a new perspective, a perspective you don't normally have whenever you're sitting in the office or going through your normal flow of life, right? Things have been disrupted, the pattern has been changed, and that allows you to think a little more inspirationally. And so I will take a final day where I can get off by myself and I course correct my life strategy. Now, that's a whole other video unto itself, but let me give you 2 things that you can do, and these things will specifically in your life strategy really help you to recharge that battery and get a strong sense of why you're doing what you're doing. The first thing is the My Perfect Day exercise. It's really simple. You take the time you wake up till the time you go to bed and you type out, what does your perfect day look like? What does it look like? Get very visual. If you had the most utopian vision of a day that you could have, what would that look like? What would it feel like? What would it smell like, taste like? Get all of your senses involved. Even if you're not a creative person, you can roughly type it out and then you can go back and tweak it. And this will really take some time if you've never done it before, but it will really help you to see what you want to move towards and what you really want. And then the other thing that you can do for your life strategy, and this is something I do, is I write my epitaph. Now that might sound morbid, but what it is at the end of your life, somebody is talking about you at your funeral. They're giving your eulogy or your epitaph. What would that epitaph read? If everything turned out the way you wanted it to turn out, what would the people that you love the most say about you upon your death? And you type it out. And when you do that, what it really does, it really gets you clear on what it is you really want out of life. What you want them to say about you is what you really want out of life. And so I will go over those two things, and it gives you a strong sense of why you're doing what you're doing, and it really helps anytime that you refocus your sense of why to recharge that battery. So those are the things that I do. And by the way, the reason that I did this webinar and practicing what I preach is I normally spend 30 minutes or more per day planning, doing the research, shooting these videos that I do each week. And this week I didn't want to do that because I was going to be on vacation and I wanted to be able to take that time with my family. So I just used what I did this week to create this webinar. So I hope you have found this useful. I hope you have a great day today, and I hope you have a great week this week. Don't forget to mark this video somehow so that you know you can come back to it whenever you have a vacation or a chance to relax. Just remember, whatever you do this week, that it is a gift, my friend. So do two things with it. Be both purposeful and productive. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you next time.